We have seen the examples of people who had a very humble start and then they went to the top of their career, top of their desires, and whatever they wanted to do in their life, they have achieved this. I also heard many of the stories like this. But today, it's a great achievement for me also to have a person who has really achieved everything, a humble start, then reaching to the top level in the corporate, then becoming an entrepreneur, and now helping the entrepreneurs with his latest book so that people can also scale up their business and they can also go from local to global. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alokk Joshi, the student of public speaking and human behavior. And I'm so much delighted today to have one such live example of the growth of the desire, Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan, in my show. And he is the person who has started with a very low status in the corporate and then reached the top ladder. And now his story is known to each and everybody because he is now an author. So let me have the opportunity to invite Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan. Sir, I am so delighted to have you on my show, sir. And I welcome
Thank
you.
you, Alok. It is by equally my pleasure to be on your show. I've been seeing some of those interviews, what you do. It is fabulous, and it's always life lessons or something is equivalent of reading many books.
Yes.
That's where I learned a lot of books which I read, which has given me those insights, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Because your journey is so intriguing. In one of your interviews, you also mentioned that you started with the job of a clerk, and then from there you started upping those ladders in corporates. So everybody would be delighted to know your journey, sir, how it started, and because I saw in some of your videos, people they requested you to share your stories. How come from this humble background and this humble start, you reached that ladder?
See, one is, it's all started. One of the things is I have to give a lot of credit to my parents, number one.
Right.
Second thing is irrespective of whatever it is there. And more than my father is one example of, he says that whatever has happened, he said that during when I was studying my graduation, he lost the job. He
Right.
never stopped saying that I'm going to stop your education also, you start earning something. He told me, no, it is very important, you need to study. And he helped me to somehow manage and completed my graduation. And my mother, I had seen her. People always see, we look at in cinema, movies, pictures, and other thing, saying that somebody is so rich, all of a sudden going down and becoming that. That in my real life, I had seen with my mother. And she always used to be like a queen, having so much of jewels, people surrounded by her to serve and do and all the thing. All of a sudden, one midnight, my father lost a job. People, it's like the birds doesn't come to the nice trees when it's not grown and good kind of a thing. Everybody has just flown away. That point in time, both my father and mother never gave up. They had, apart from me, two other sisters also. Elder brother and sister were there. They got married. That is the point in time this happened. They never gave up, saying that this is the end of the life, end of the story. And they thought there's something more is there. That is the starting learning point for me. That is where from there I got the some kind of an inspiration, saying that anything is possible if you are determined to achieve it. So that has got so much ingrained into me. Then after 1984, I landed in Bangalore
Okay.
looking for a job. I was in remote part of Tamil Nadu. Everything was in Tamil medium, and even though it is paper, it is in English medium. All has been taught in Tamil. So I landed in
Right.
84 in Bangalore. Start searching for a job. I could not speak in Kannada, and I still remember there is one of the company. They asked me to write a small essay on cow, which I could not sit there and write it to them. That's where it all started. Then something struck me that point in time. saying that, yeah, anything is possible. You need to start working towards that. That is where I started my journey. And even I didn't had money to buy newspapers to read it. So I used to ask my company to give me the previous day's newspaper, bring it home, read whatever is possible. Then there is small, that time pocket radios used to be there. You get it, listen to English news, and some of those things I just collected. Used to collect some of those words, what I come get to know, which I always used to keep a small dictionary, which is English Tamil, because Tamil is one language which I was very fluent, know that. So I always refer to that and pick up those words. That point in time, one of my ex-professor, person who was teaching me in my village, he's still was in touch with me. I used to the 3 or 4 words or 5 words, whatever I learned during that week. Using that, I used to write letter to him and get feedback from him, and that's where it all started a journey. So one of the things is what happened was I never given up in my life. People have after I come into Bangalore, they're including my relatives, friends, and people were telling me, saying that Ram, this is not your right place. You can't speak in Kannada. You can't speak in English. It's going to be very difficult for you to survive. For some reason, I took that as a kind of a feedback. I started looking at and working on it, and always if you say what you want to achieve, what you want to do, that point in time, my first goal was saying that yes, I need to survive in this place. What is that I should do? I started working towards that.
It was really an amazing journey, sir, because we usually watch it in the movies, right? Something ups and downs, it happened, and immediately the people were in a very different situation than where they used to be earlier. And then, because I do remember you had a very good frame of mind and you had a very good strategy where you also taught people about the planning. And you taught that this was the real essence of your success about planning. And then you talked about your daughter's marriage also, where not a single particle was left of the food. That is how you planned each and everything. So, what is the secret of that success, sir? Even in your corporates and in your personal life also.
Yeah, this success goes back. What happened was after my marriage in the year 1990, when I got married and my wife were there, we were all there. That point in time, also we were just whatever money comes, it all goes get spent, and that kind of a thing was there. So at one point in time, my wife and myself, we were sitting and discussing what is it happening in our life. So one of the thing is every month we are earning something, first to fifth, it comes in. After that, we don't have anything in our hand. So all has been given. One other thing, after that we go and stand in front of those grocery shops, ask this guy to give again a credit to us for another 1 more month to manage the thing. This is what was happening. Then we said that somehow we need to make something saying that stop taking those groceries on the credit basis. So we upfront pay and start doing it. So I see all my planning started with that. Credit goes to my wife and me. Together we worked together and we said that we have to just first thing, it's at that point in time it was about 1,500 rupees. It's a big money, and we somehow 2 3 months we said that we'll save some money, and then we got it. The first month, the joy I got it, I don't think I'm getting that kind of a joy even today. Anything I do it, going and buying in front of the shop, paying upfront everything to him, and coming back. That is where it started. Then we said that we should bring in. So that my wife told me, because after that I learned from my father-in-law also. He lived in a life very planned way and done another thing. I took some of the lesson. He always used to say, saying that you need to whatever you are earning within that you try to manage it rather than taking loans and money and other thing and try to manage. That's very important. That's a lesson I learned. So from there I thought it's very important in our life. So we need to within our income start planning things and working on it. So that started, and then it became good. And companies also, I worked in various positions. And one of the thing is, I brought whatever I learned in my personal life, took it there also. Whatever in companies, there are 81 million dollars rupees of budget. I used to get approved in just half an hour of discussion with the people. So not more than that, because they got the trust, saying that it has come into me, and at the end of it, they found, yes, somebody is asking, he will not ask more than what he wants, and kind of a thing. So that is the journey. It started with that. Things went very well. So it takes time for you to plan, and it's very, very important. If you have that determination to do that, will be able to do that. The focus is required at the end of it, definitely.
Absolutely, sir. And after say reaching that top ladder, and but why did you think of the entrepreneurship? Because already you might be enjoying each and everything, that position, that power, that decision making, pleasure, everything you might have been enjoyed over there. But what made you to think about entrepreneurship?
See, I always had something, because my education, graduation has happened because of my community has helped me. Otherwise, I would not have completed my graduation. I don't know whether I would have reached this level, what I have done. Now I can't go back, whoever has given the money to me or something, and find out, do that. That is not possible. So back of my mind, I always have still, this is there. I don't know when that kind of a dream will come true. One of the things, I wanted to help people in the rural parts of India. One of the things is, they are good in their education. Academically, they are very good. When it comes to the soft skills, they find it difficult to find a job in the major cities, compete with the people. That's an aspiration. So with that, in the year 2015, I released a book called Focus 5, a practical guide for career growth. What I did that in that book is, it's general management book. It's a communication or presentation skills or various things I talk about, conflict management, decision making, all those things I talk about in that. I given them the 5 points. Somebody who's stuck can start with, there may be many points which people can look at it. I'm saying, when you are got stuck with, or when you had some problem, just look at it, restart this with this kind of a 5 points, then you can build it up. I always had that something I wanted to give back to the society. Still, I have in my mind, whatever I wanted to do is, I want to give back to society. And even in my earnings, what I am looking at is now, whatever income I am going to do earning, what currently I am, one of the affirmation clearly doing it is, at least in a year, I should be able to give back to the society to an extent of 50 lakhs of rupees. This is what that I'm working on it. Earning is come
Amazing.
different. So giving back to the society is something which is ingrained into me. I wanted to give back to the people, whatever is there. During my work experience also, there are many people used to come, entrepreneur, taught me, and I always gone behind, not charged anything, and went to them and given my advice, whatever it is there. Though some of those companies have become very big, good, I still have a respect. When I call them, they pick up my phone first and respond to me. That gives me a lot of joy more than anything else. That's what I wanted to do.
So it's always great, sir, because people they should remember what they have been helped before, and then giving back to the society should be the ultimate goal. Because we gather everything from the society, then giving it back it becomes our responsibility. Some people they remember it, but some people they forget it. So nice to hear that you always remember this and you have so many of big plans to give back to the society.
Yeah. See, and at this point in time, I wanted to tell this. Many
Yeah.
people may be doing this. It might
Yes.
be helpful. Somebody is not doing it, may start doing this. So when
Right.
I came to this current residential area where I live in Bangalore, it was a very, very remote place. There was everything was a barren land, no trees, nothing were there and all. So one of the things is, around the area, we started every New Year or some occasion, we started planting some saplings. Today, when I walk around, I could see 50, 60 trees, which is there, number one. Second thing is, 5 families, we are very close here. Somehow we've built that affinity very close. Then all of us, we said that why don't we contribute every month a small amount of money? And we started with some 250 rupees every month. In case of I have a birthday or a wedding anniversary or something comes up, I'll just give one more contribution of that. So we started with that. Today we formed a trust, Joy of Giving, God's Gift Charitable Trust. Through that, we are helping close to about 25 to 30 students to pay their school or college fee, which is what partially we are not able to do 100%, at least to 50, 60% of the money we are able to pay to each one of them and making them smile. That's another thing also is good. And it's a small way you can start it, you can do it. That's
Right, sir. So even a tiny expression of your help can help a lot of people who are really needing it, because we always think that people need big money or only big requirements they do have, but helping them even to the slightest possible way, it's big for them.
right.
So definitely, very, very key to know about that, sir. It's a very good expression for that. And I have seen you have written book also recently, and that got hit the on Amazon platform also. What is this book about, sir?
See, this book, what we after I came into my entrepreneurship journey in 2018 only, I started my entrepreneurship. So that point in time, we're finding an idea what is it we wanted to do. One of the things we know, a lot bigger corporations, they have a lot of big consulting organization available to help them. They also have the money, they will pay it. Our idea was we wanted to help micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs, and they bring their business to a certain level very easily because their own involvement, they're always there and trying to do that. As Mr. Praveen Padalkar also said somewhere, entrepreneurs, all they are master of all the jobs in the organization. They know nook and corner of it, everything they know about it. But they find they struggle hard some point when they wanted to take their business to the next level. So when there is a problem hits, that point in time also, they without a systematic method they get stuck, saying that where is that some kind of a some point in time you just like you go to a when there is a kind of a heart problem, people go and there's a blockage is there, doctors are there to remove the blockage and then you become fine. And here these people get stuck, they don't know what to do, the kind of a thing. That is where many times I see some of the businesses get closed also. So those kind of a people we wanted to help. Then we wanted to make it very, very simple processes also, not very complicated for them. That's where we come up with a 3-step transformation framework. And we said that first is we'll try to understand their assist kind of a thing. What is that they are doing it? Help them to do their strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat analysis. So once that is done, and help them with a short, mid, and long-term plan kind of a thing, a transformation strategy. Come with that and help them with a good transformation strategy and how do they need to review when they really get stuck, what are those simple problem solving methods which they can use. So in order to know about too much, a very simple thing, how do you analyze the data and take decisions on that. The simplest part of it, we wanted to help them and understanding that. So when that is done, then they also can identify some of those transformation levers. Basically, there are many somebody needs just his business finance needs to be clearly set it up. Somebody may need some kind of an automation requirement so that they can take their business to the next level. So helping them to identify step-by-step process so that they can grow their business in a professional, systematic, and sustainable manner. So that is what I talked about in this book. Entire thing is based on my life example. What is some of those things in corporate I did, and some what outside the corporate, what is that we have done, and what are those simple tools we can use so that you can find some kind of a changes and transforming growth in your business and bring in the required transformation. That's all about it.
And yes, because the small businesses, they require the guidance, because all of a sudden it cannot become a very big one unless and until you have a very
Yes.
strong background and you are having that much of risk taking capacity. But slowly and steadily, they also need to grow, and they need the consultation of uh, successful people like you. You have implemented each and everything in your business, and you have seen your business grow, and now you want to help others with that. So, sir, having started with that one particular point where you did not have the money even to buy the newspaper, to the level where you are helping the entrepreneurs, the budding entrepreneurs, how do you see this journey ahead? Like 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, or what's your ultimate goal to build around all those things?
See, one of the thing aim is I am seeing that in my entire lifetime, I'm almost about 1 lakh of entrepreneurs. I help them to change their growth. That's what I'm looking at, and also looking at maximum of those people there have a product which is locally selling very well. How they can take their product to the global market, so that is the one I am looking at. Help them to grow in their business. So one other thing is, if they grow in the business indirectly, they are going to help the society by way of employment, more income generation, and all the things going to indirectly come in. So that is one of the thing going to do that. Another thing, after some point in time, once I stabilize on all the thing, my dream of going to the rural uh, India, the colleges and other thing, I still want to do, contribute to them. And till my last breath is there, if I wanted to be helpful to someone rather than burden to somebody, whatever an extent possible, helpful to someone because of my talking to me or listening to me or interacting with me, they find it is help them. I'm very happy about it. That's the way I wanted to live my life.
So much humbleness, sir. Because it happens like in today's materialistic world, the ultimate goal of everybody is to achieve that wealth, achieve that success, and live the life very stably, comfortably, and not having any other hustle in life. But your kind of entrepreneurs, they think of, say, helping people to grow in their own lives. So that's so much required, and India definitely require so much of people like you who want people to grow in their lives, so that overall the society also grows and country gets a very stable and a very strong economy as such. So thank
Yeah.
you very much, sir. And any other messages you want to deliver to all these people who would be watching this video?
See, one of the thing I said this is part of my some of these talks also impromptu or perspective challenges as well. One is live, love, and serve. Is something which I have recently read in some of these Brahma Kumari's speeches and other thing. It's very good. One of the things is basically you live your life. It's very, very important. And also start loving the people in and around you, and also grow a tendency to serve, which is what ultimately you had come into this world only for these 3 reasons. All fully you have to do it. And I wish everyone the same and want to do that. That's the my message. And also don't worry, anything is possible. My mantra is at the end of it, anything is possible if you are determined to do it. Only determination with that, and if you do that, you will be able to achieve it.
I still
Thank
remember
you
the
very much
word.
for
Yeah, I still remember the word you said, never given up. You have never given up in your life. And see, all these
yes.
words, they look very simple, but it takes a lot of efforts to stand those words. And you have stood those words in your life. So it's a live example. So everybody can learn out of that. So great, great to have you in this show, sir. And anybody who is watching this show today or tomorrow or months later, you can definitely go through Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan's book. local to global, because it is going to help all the entrepreneurs who have just started their journey, who are very budding entrepreneurs, and now they want to grow their business, because everybody wants to grow their business. Everybody wants to have their own brand in the local as well as the global market. If not today, then tomorrow. So this book is definitely going to help you all. I am also going to read this book, and I would also request you all to please go through this book. And I'm going to share this link and as well as the screenshot of that book of Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan. So our special guest today was Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan. I was also having so much of inspiration when he was talking about each and everything, because at some point of time, I was also able to resonate myself with his condition, which we all go through in our life. So, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, it was great listening to Mr. Ram Ramakrishnan. And next time also, we'll be having one more inspirational guest in our show. My name is Alokk Joshi. Watching you smiling over there. We'll meet again with the same smile. Thank you very much.